Hello and welcome to the first episode of Rav3ns Nest, where we will talk about all things gaming, nerdy, geeky, or just plain interesting. Well, from a certain point of view. My view! I'm your host, Charcoal Raven, and today we'll be talking about the upcoming open-world pirate game, Sea of Thieves. After a lengthy hands-on, we have opinions to share, tales to be told, and suggestions to be made. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you should be seeing footage of us playing while listening to this. If you're just listening, then you should be seeing whatever the hell your eyes are looking at. With me this episode is my motley crew, the saltiest of seamen, the poopiest of decks, and the hoistiest of mainsails. Directly to me starboard be me first mate, Little Monster. Ahoy, Little Monster!
Ahoy, Raven. So, I joined in the closed beta, so I've been on for a little bit. This is probably my most favourite game of all time at the moment.
And directly to me portside be me bosun Scondog, who also joined us in some seafaring beta goodness. Ahoy, Scondog!
Ahoy, Raven. Been playing a bit of the beta. It's been a lot of fun. Enjoying it a lot.
Across the table sits the siren of the seven seas, Cinda93, who also voyaged into the briny arms of Mother Ocean. Ahoy, Cinda!
Ahoy! What have I been doing? I've been pretty much a part of the Sea of Thieves since the alpha. So I've been playing all the alpha, and then I've been playing the beta with you guys, and it's just been amazing.
Cinda's our professional pirate. She's been playing since the very beginning and telling us about all the updates.
She still falls off the boat a lot, though.
Oh, all the time.
And steers us into rocks, many rocks. Okay, to get us started, I think we should explain what the game's about for those that haven't come across it yet, and then we can move on to how it played. So what is the game about? Cindy, you've got the best knowledge of this.
Sea of Thieves is an online pirate multiplayer game, I guess you can call it. You and your crew all by yourself sail a ship, you go around, you collect treasure, you cash in that treasure, and then you buy pretty clothes. And then there's more to it, but pretty clothes.
No, that's the goal of the entire game, is to buy pretty clothes. It's bizarre in that way.
Make yourself
Goal
as
of life,
fabulous
isn't
as possible.
Fabulous.
Fabulous pirate is a healthy pirate?
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going
Something
with
like
that.
Get the booty.
Anyone want to add to that at all, as to what it's about? I think that was a pretty good explanation.
Yeah, that's about as much as it is now. Do we know if they're going to...
Hopefully more in the beta. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we don't know whether it's going
That
to
rhymed, didn't
add
you know it
anything
did?
more.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's all
In the
right.
beta, we'll talk about that later. Okay, so I guess impressions of the game so far.
It's so pretty.
It is so pretty.
So
Graphically,
pretty.
stunningly beautiful game. And I've been playing it on the original Xbox, and it still looks stunning. Cinda93 is one of those jokes with an Xbox One X.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Do you have a 4K TV?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So I've been playing it on 4K for
She
a
has
while, and it's amazing. I almost cried. And then I've been playing it. I think last night I played it on my dad's standard TV, and I think you guys were talking about how much graphically it changed. And I'm sitting there going, it doesn't look good at all. And then I'm realizing I'm very much used to it in 4K. So
Can we just roll that back to how much her voice dropped when she said, my dad's standard TV? I've been playing it on my 4K TV, and then I played my
voice of
dad's
disgust right there.
potato.
Well, it was because I couldn't think of, I couldn't see that difference at all, and that's why I'm like, they haven't updated at all, and you guys are like, yeah, they have. I'm like, are you sure? But it just, it looked amazing, but in 4K, it's just stunning. Like,
I'd love to
it's
see
breathtaking.
Can I borrow your TV?
Nah.
Yeah, no, it's fair enough. I wouldn't lend it to me either.
Or plunder it.
Fishies!
There are fishies now. We found Nemo repeatedly.
And Dory.
And Dory, yes,
Yeah,
there was
there's
Dory.
Dory
There was a
fishes.
I
Dory.
can see Dory. I saw the dipshit fish. What did I call it?
Parrot.
Nemo.
Parrotfish. No, there's a beaky one that looked like a dipshit with an overbite.
What's wrong with Nemo?
You got a
Big
little
bullies.
He's a little fin.
We did find him. That was interesting. There's more seaweed, I'm going to say, or along the sea.
There's a lot more cosmetics under the water than there were in the original closed beta, which is phenomenal.
Cosmetic and kismetic. I agree with you.
I think I fell off the boat once and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to stay down here. It's really pretty.
It was gorgeous. Can you drown?
Yes.
Yes.
You all had a firm yes on that one. Clearly, you've all done that
Multiple
before.
times.
I haven't done that. Okay,
It takes a while, but like...
Okay, so not forgetting, you have a non-disclosure agreement in the early alphas.
Yep.
But what's changed for the better and what's changed for the worse?
I find the quests, the way they've kind of laid them out in terms of, you have, at this point, 2 different ones. One is a treasure map of the island with a X marks the spot. Go to said island, go find said treasure. That's pretty much it. Second one is a riddle. So one line reveals itself at a time. Once you kind of solve the first line, you get the second line. I think when I was playing it early on, it wasn't as polished. and so they've definitely added on to that.
Graphically or?
Graphically always. Every single game I've played, it's just been prettier and prettier and prettier. I think the biggest change I've noticed is the characters looking, again, better and better, as well as storing things. When the first time I ever played it, you couldn't really store anything. You could only hold what you've got. There was nowhere on your ship to store bananas and to store cannonballs, and now
really?
there is. So that was really, really good once you could start doing that. Way easier. But yeah, it's just been lots of little tiny things, but you can see that they're definitely taking on improvements and feedback, and yeah, they've done a really good job.
Actually, the first beta I joined you on, the biggest difference would be characters. We can choose our own pirate characters, which we were genuinely afraid that we couldn't, because we kept on being forced into using whatever character. But now we can actually choose whether we be an ugly woman or an ugly man.
I was a very pretty man, thank you very much.
You cut a fine figure. I will say that as a pirate, I was attracted to you, but
The
that's
pirate lifts.
It took me like half an
Pirate
hour
squats.
scrolling through all these different pirates till I found one that I liked.
pirate upper body. I didn't realize you could keep on going through that.
You could?
Yeah.
You serious? I only thought there was like the 5 on the first page, and I was just like, oh, okay. Got
No,
this
like
girl
right
left
down the
now.
bottom where it says press A to select, there's right trigger for more pirates.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
Give me more pirates.
I used pirate meth mouth. That old lady with the hook and the
I
And
kind of
the
love that
pirate.
old lady though.
pirate meth mouth, as I called her. So, terms of stories of the game, what have we done in it? I think the rocks would be the most impressive thing that you and I have done, Monster.
We've well and truly explored the rocks.
Oh yeah, we know every facet
Thoroughly. Do you
Well,
wanna
what was
expand on that one?
what was the island's name? Like Pirates Haven or Thieves Haven or something. I can't remember what the name of the island was. But essentially, if you can think of it, it's a large grouping of cliffs, and there's little inlets and everything that go in and out. Anyway, Raven and I had a treasure map for that island. We went there, docked the ship, grabbed the chest, jumped back on the ship, went to leave. However, we'd somehow managed to get caught in a key, which then pulled us into a river, which went under the island, and we got our ship stuck. After about 20 minutes of trying to figure out how to reverse a pirate ship that only goes forwards, we had to take all 8 treasure chests off the ship one by one, scuttle the ship, have Raven die and respawn on the new ship, and have him come and find me while I pretended not to be there and hide from all the skeletons and other pirates.
When he says stuck, he means we merged with a rock. We were in a tunnel. The ship became more rock than wood. When we were clipping through the map, it was impressive. This game seems to be what you make of it. So there are the general quests of finding your treasure, your booty or whatnot. But then on top of that, you can just play pirate dickheads, which, when it comes to pirate dickheads, we are the dickheadiest.
Like last night, and he kept going after those random dudes.
Right, yeah.
We so about half hour into last night's, we were set off on another quest, another voyage for booty, and this little sloop. We were in a massive galleon at this point, so this little sloop pulls up beside us and keeps trying to fire at us, and they were resilient. Like they kept going for about a good half hour trying to knock us down.
They had a pirate boner for us. They
Yeah.
were mad to come get us.
I think we sunk them twice, killed them about 5 times each. There was 2 people on this boat, and they still persistently came after us. I think we ended up stealing their treasure by the end of it.
They were dicks, is what we're getting at.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've done that last in the other closed beta last time, but
No,
It's their fault.
we don't do that. We're not dicks. We're not dicks of the sea.
So was that the time when you tried to take out this one guy and he snuck on board and killed both of you?
There's no footage of that anywhere.
I believe it's on YouTube.
I don't think it is.
I
YouTube,
believe
you
it,
say?
I believe it is our first video on YouTube.
Is that right? And where would that be found?
That is on the YouTube channel, The Title Screeners. Look it up. It's on there somewhere.
Sounds
It's
incredible. Like affluent, good-looking people would go to that channel and look it up. So we've had a good hands-on with it. We've played a fair bit and we've enjoyed it. What would you like to see in the game that hasn't been implemented, keeping in mind the game's not out until next month? So all of these things may or may not appear in it. Who knows? But what would you like to see in it?
For starters, more like NPC kind of challenges. So we were talking about this the other day, but have like ghost pirates or like the skeletons that's already in the game, but have them on their own ships which sail around specific routes. And so if you bisect with that route, you end up getting attacked by them, not just by other pirates.
Bots and
Yeah,
NPC bots
yeah,
just sailing
essentially.
around, so you don't have to fight other players. You can just fight other bots. To that end, we were talking about how we'd love to see boss ships floating around. So if you're in the special area at the right place, like in Destiny, you know
That'd be so cool.
Yeah,
Because
it's,
if you sink them, they could have like really, really good treasure on board.
exactly.
That's one way to get treasure, is just take down other ships.
so Davy
Yeah.
Jones is sailing around, and
Give it
if you
some
get to the right spot,
really good PvE combat content as well.
PVE contact. Oh, how good would that be if you could join with other players as well? Oh,
Yeah.
Form an armada.
that's the other thing I wanted to do is form an armada. So what's armada? Nothing. What's armada with you? Quality content, guys.
And delete.
This podcast is over.
Set this whole podcast on fire.
But anyway, imagine if you could have a clan, which is your armada, so you can have 10 ships in it, each of them is manned by other players, storm areas, take down bosses, all those sorts of things. That would be really, really cool.
But would that take away from what we've been currently playing, where it's you and your immediate crew versus other immediate crews, where they're...
So this was something else we talked about as well, because then it takes away from the multiplayer experience. What
Yeah.
if you can choose servers?
So that would work. If there was different servers that offer different experiences
Yep.
in the same kind of world, that would work really well. But
Like
I don't
World
think
of
you
Warcraft.
can mix armadas with single kind of combat.
What's armada?
Mate, armada with you.
A matey.
What else would you like to see in it?
Kind of like boss battles. I'd like to see some kind of big bad to fight against. I know there's concept art, and I've seen clips or trailers or whatever it is where it shows a kraken pulling a ship down. I'd love to see something like that. So have a kraken, mermaids, obviously ghost pirates. We said before.
Yeah.
Like there's so much that can be done. And I mean, you could even pull in that whole Davy Jones story if you wanted to have the Flying Dutchman as one of the big bads. But yeah, something kind of like an end goal. Like I know there is something planned, and I have no idea what it is. But yeah, I feel like there needs to be something to work towards.
Do you think there'll be a campaign mode in this, or do you think it'll be design your own game?
I don't think there'll be a campaign mode or a story or anything like that. I think there might be an end game, but I don't think there'll be a story.
I thought they said that there was going to be not so much a fleshed out campaign, but something that you do follow a main quest line that does have an immediate end.
An overarching...
Yeah, but then you're also in that world where you can just keep going and do whatever else you want. Almost like Skyrim, where Skyrim had its definite follow this line of quests,
then
but you
half a
had
million
1,000
side
other quests
quests.
you could do on the side. But you could just get lost in the world, and that's pretty much what I would be doing. So I can get chests, and then booty, and then pretty clothes. As long as I'm decked out in pretty clothes, it's good.
Never realised pirates were so sexual in nature. It's all about chests and booty.
And pretty clothes.
Pirates were the original hip-hop people, I guess.
Oh,
Hip-hop people. I'm cool, as you can tell, kids.
Hip hop.
So picture this, if you will. You're sailing in your ship with your crew. You're all lusty, busty wenches. What? You're all pirates, is what I meant to say. And as you're floating along, the sea starts turning black. The water starts cresting in white waves. You see lightning and thunder echoes all around you. And what comes up from a whirlpool below? But Davy Jones and the Kraken. And there's your boss battle. Other players have to join. It's a PvE. You can't beat it on your own, because good luck. But it will scale, obviously.
That is a challenge.
That is a challenge. I think it would be fantastic. And yeah, you get better loot for it. In Cinda's case, you can get a pretty hat.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
bonnet.
Bonnet.
Captain Bonnethead.
Well,
You see
if
this
you're
pirate
pirates, you
come
wear
through
what?
with it.
If you're pirates, you would wear bonnets, and like you wouldn't be walking around with a top hat. Like,
No, it'd be a tricorn.
oh,
Just so
I want a bonnet.
people at home know, Cinda93 is actually the ghost of a girl who died in Victorian times. So she enjoys her
I love it
bonnets.
really. Like, I love the clothes in this game. Like, I just love it, and I want a bonnet
When we go on next, I want to see you in a corset
and a bonnet.
and a bonnet and the full-on hoop skirt.
yeah.
Done.
Talking to me or?
Yes.
Yep, that's done. And done. Okay, so we've gone through what we've played, we've gone through what we want to see. Okay, so just a quick rundown on issues we had last night. Last night was the glitchiest, buggiest game we've played out of like the 7 or 8 sessions we've had. I kept having this weird glitch where I was standing on the second deck and it kept on saying that I was underwater. So my character starts making these blubbing sounds and I can actually bucket water out, but there was no water there. There was another glitch where Monster and I kept on trying to walk out of the second deck onto the main deck.
That was a headache.
Oh, it was horrific. It was rubber banding, so we'd walk up the steps, take 2 steps forward, then be 3 steps back. And then we'd run into each other, which your characters can't actually run into each other, I've noticed. So that was odd. What were the other issues?
Yeah, well, we did have one. I had one where I was walking on an island, and then every 3 or 4 steps that I'd go to take, there'd be almost a clip where I would take a step back or I would jar across slightly. So it just took the smoothness out of the walking. It wasn't too detrimental. It was just that kind of niggling thing there, and I know they will smooth it out when the full game opens up. But yeah, that's just what I saw last night.
Also, for those at home, Little Monster's internet, he's living in a shack in the middle of the outback, I believe.
I'm not living in a shack out in the outback.
And his internet is powered by a hamster
shoving rocks up its
that
nose.
shoves rocks up its nose. And once it gets to capacity, like it's got as much rocks into its skull as it can, that's when his internet drops out. So,
which only happened once last night, which was good.
That's pretty impressive.
Just as we started playing, though.
But bizarrely, last night they released the beta again to check scaling. What does that mean, Scondog?
I'm pretty sure what they said on their YouTube channel was essentially they made some changes after the first beta, and they're testing to see, they're doing a server load test to see if it helps or not. So hopefully, they use all this data for launch and it actually runs smoothly.
So essentially to see whether or not it can hack it.
Pretty much, yeah.
We hit a few bugs, so that's...
Yeah, it's not it doesn't bode well, but fingers crossed that they after this short one they go back to the drawing board of it and be able to fix it for launch.
I guess at the same time that's the point of it, isn't it? That's what it's there to find out what the issues are.
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't game breakers. We were playing okay. We were just a little bit annoyed after such a polished game.
Yeah, well, I played for a solid 2 hours and then there wasn't any dropouts or anything. It was still incredibly enjoyable.
Genuinely fun game. What was it Cinda was saying last night in terms of being her favourite game for right now or something to that effect?
Well, it's very, very quickly becoming one of my favourite games, and we haven't even got the full game out yet. The beta's just been that good. But yeah, okay, my wording wasn't great last night. I mean, current game, like current, new, fresh 2018 game.
There you go, Rare. You can put that on the box, on the cover art. Cinda's favourite game 2018 for now.
For now.
Until Red Dead comes out.
We're in month 2.
I'm going to be playing the hell out of this because apparently Rare have said it's their next 10-year franchise. So I know 10-year franchise is the big thing that everyone says now. Destiny was meant to be a 10-year franchise. That lasted a year and a half, 2 years till the second one came out. And then that died very, very quickly. Player base is dropping off. So hopefully Rare can learn from Bungie's mistakes and try and actually make this a 10-year process. You can imagine it being this way because graphically... What were you saying about it graphically?
Because of it's not realistic per se. It's very cel-shaded sort of art style. It will hold up.
That's true.
A lot better than people trying to push for realism.
Photorealism. 10 years from now will
every
be
every year they get better and better, so the last year looks worse. Something like this... will hold up for a long time. I think they won't have to worry about updating graphics in it too much in the future.
That's a good point.
Rare's always had that cartoony vibe with all their games. I mean, look at Viva Pinata, Grabbed by the Ghoulies. They're all very much that...
Perfect Dark.
Yeah, they've all got that that cartoony kind of feel to it, and which I really enjoy, actually. Like, I keep going back to Viva Pinata. It's my secret little shame. Because of that cartoony nostalgia.
They can have sex.
Yes, I know.
That weirded me the hell out when I first played it.
It's not actually
Don't
sex. For those of you,
dance? Like
for those people who haven't played the game, the Pinata's romance dance.
Romance dance.
It's where they go into their house and they dance with each other, and then the Storkos, the bird lady, comes and drops an egg at the front door, and then they have a baby.
Which, for those children listening out there, is how you were born. Your parents had a romance dance, the stork lady dropped an egg, and here you are now. Today, listening to our podcast, it's much appreciated.
Miracle of life.
Do you think, talking about the whole 10-year plan, will it, the fact that it's the Xbox and PC exclusive, it's not on PS4, how do you think that's going to compare? Like, do you think that's going to help it shine for about 10 years, or is it going to be not everyone can play it, it's going to eventually die off kind of thing?
Very good question. Is Rare still owned by Microsoft?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Because they bought them out, and then they brought out Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
And they brought out Rare Replay and stuff
Rare Replay,
on
Conker's
the
Bad
Xbox
Fur
One.
Day. So the chances of it getting a port are pretty
Low.
if not
Rare
impossible.
Replay didn't get put onto PS4, did it?
No,
No.
it's still very much Xbox only.
Yeah, then I'd very much doubt it'd get transferred across.
So yeah, will that affect the 10-year plan? I guess it depends on the strength of the Xbox and the PC platform that's supporting it. Them going PC is a brilliant idea.
Especially cross-platform, if that works well.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention there is cross-platform play.
Say that 10 times
That's
fast.
a miracle child.
And in that cross-platform... God damn it! In that
Cross-platform
cross-platform play, PC players can play against Xbox players and vice versa, and it's really seamless because we had it up and running. It was gorgeous. I remember reading a blog about Rare setting up for the PC because they've never done a game for PC, and they've done it all correctly. As they said in their own words, you can run it on a potato, which
Which is good, because that's my internet right now.
the hamster can eat the potato. The hamster can shove potatoes up its nose. Cross-platform play.
So I think that,
Platform play.
as well as being, they're going to be the first game
totally.
coming out on Game Pass as a full AAA release first day.
What's Game
Like,
Pass,
I-
Scondog?
Game Pass, if you don't know, is pretty much a $10 a month subscription. Gets you access to 100 games that change pretty much to Netflix for games. You can download and play them for free if you have the subscription. And what they've added to it now is Microsoft exclusive first party like AAA titles selected ones will be releasing day one on Game Pass as well. So if you have that, you will have access to these games as well.
And it looks like the big first party ones, so they've said that Halo 6 will be available on at launch day.
Yeah, I think they've said, from what I know, at least on the Xbox, it's Sea of Thieves,
Gears of War.
State of Decay 2,
Ooh, yeah.
and I think there might have been an NBA one as well, possibly.
For all the sports fans out
Possibly a Forza one later on. I'm not sure that that's been announced, but essentially that, which...
there. Say Forza?
Yeah.
It's pronounced Forza.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Forza.
You
Cross-platform
can't see this,
play.
but he's actually doing the Italian
into it.
finger pinch.
Make sure you do the Italian finger pinch, or the
Yes,
IFP,
of course.
as I call it.
A lot of the fun in it is going to be a social aspect of like finding other people, fighting other ships and that. The fact that you can get it for $10 a month and play is really going to be a big plus for it, I think. Like, hopefully you'll have a lot of people playing for a long time because it's not actually the low bar to entry compared to other, AAA first party titles.
So that's going to help the 10-year plan, is what you were getting at originally.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully that'll help the 10-year plan. At least, hopefully it'll be interesting to see the numbers, like even in the first year, see how many people are playing. Because I can imagine with this new system, it could quite possibly break a lot of records going this way with because people don't have to
Buy the $100
drop the
outlay.
$100, $60 game price day one.
So $10.95. Like you said, it's a Netflix version. Does PlayStation have a version of that, Cinder?
No, I don't think so. As far as I know.
Are you still awake, Cinder?
Yeah.
Yep, no.
I think they might have
She's nodded
PlayStation
off.
now.
I
or
was
something.
looking at the video of Sea of Thieves that we did last night, so it was like I was getting into it again.
For the
Here we
listener,
are
we are
doing a
running a video
podcast,
of the...
and you're getting distracted watching the game. That's how
I
fun it is to
know, well,
watch.
it's that pretty, it is that gorgeous, it's hard not to. But no, I don't play PS4 as often as I should.
From passing, I haven't checked. I'm pretty sure they've got a thing called PlayStation Now, but that is I'm not sure if it's out yet, but that's a streaming only service which
Oh.
I think will hurt.
As opposed to Game Pass, which you downloaded onto your...
Exactly. So
hardware.
with now, you actually play it. So you don't have to download the game. You just play it like you would a Netflix or something like that. You just click play and it would stream over the internet.
Not great for Australian...
Yeah, if your internet's up for it, EG Australia, other places like that.
Hamsters.
Yeah, it's not. I don't see that system just working because it's just you're not gonna be able to function that way. So I
I feel
think
like at this stage I need to point out that little monster just mimed putting a rock up his nose, and it was really convincing. He went, he pushed it with his thumb and everything, and a look of pain on his head, as well as elation at the
I
same
am a
time.
skilled actor.
It was fantastic. He's a thespian.
Thespian. I do know with PlayStation, my housemate quite enjoys this, the fact that they're free games of the month, whereas Xbox has this as well, but PlayStation just seem to be outstriding Xbox in the free games of the month. The games that he gets on that are quite a higher quality than the Xbox free games.
Definitely.
In
Like,
terms of, like,
Playability,
AAA
content, or I don't know. It's all I know is the Xbox games that we get on the free games, I will play them once and then almost instantly uninstall them.
100%.
The ones that he gets on free play, they'll be sitting in the library and we will play them multiple times, over and over and over again. So, and a lot of them are the indie style games that you wouldn't actually see, but are phenomenal. I can't think of any of the titles right now, but
I
Yeah.
think you're lying then.
no.
No, I think straight up you're lying because you can't think of a
No.
single title. So it's not just AAA titles, it's...
Oh, it's indies.
Indie.
It's
Wow.
other ones. Yeah, it's really good.
Because a few indie games that Xbox has released on their free month doohickey is not great. We've talked about the game itself, what we've played of it, what we enjoyed. The things we didn't enjoy, I would say, were the glitches. Other than that, the actual game itself is nigh on perfect pirate gameplay.
can't wait to see when it actually comes out on full release. I think like after playing the other closed beta as much as we did in that 1 week, started to feel a bit of burnout of just doing the one quest giver, 2 types of quests. We never did the same one. We were always visiting new islands, doing bits and pieces, but there's only so many fetch quests you can do before you start just getting a little bit over it. So
Felt very samey, different island, same stuff.
yeah, exactly. You're either finding a painting on a wall, or finding a gravestone, or bit shiny lighted of thing. So it'll be nice to see. I'm pretty sure from what they've announced, there's going to be a trading supply person, so pretty much ferrying goods between 2 points.
Oh, I saw that rum and pigs or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. And a mystic or something that'll pretty much send you on kill quests. So go kill a famous pirate skeleton, bring his skull back.
She's
kind
really
of
cool.
thing.
I haven't had the chance to play any of those yet.
No, so yeah, so it's been announced, but
Well, it wouldn't be that hard to integrate new quest givers anyway.
yeah, exactly. So that'll be cool with the. I think they said the first DLC was going to be 3 weeks after launch,
Oh, really?
or maybe 3 months after launch. Actually, I think will be the first, which will include the pets, microtransactions.
Your pet. I want a monkey.
I want
I'm saying
a
it right now. I want a monkey.
pig with an eye patch.
I want a
I'm gonna call
puppy.
it Piggy
Can you get
patch.
puppies?
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we'll definitely
Um,
see. But
It's going to be parrots.
Yeah.
You know that,
I
right?
think-
Just parrots.
I think that will be a cool thing to see, especially with what they were doing. They should be able to add in a lot more content.
So variety of
Recently, I think.
quests as opposed
Yeah, I
to just
think-
the same things that we kept on playing.
Yeah, I think variety of quests will be a good, nice injection when the game comes out to give you something else to do.
So Murloc
well.
eyes. Vanilla WoW was collecting Murloc eyes and pretty much the same quests over and over again.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
take that and expand it on further. Like every month, there's like we were talking about before, big battles and big like krakens and things like that. Like every month, they could have another boss battle to go with the different quests. And so the idea is you keep
Kind of
getting
like
back
what
on.
Assassin's Creed Origin did with
Yeah.
the Trials of the Gods.
I think Destiny did something similar as well, and I think, like say with Overwatch, they do their season events. It just brings everyone back. Like there's always something fresh, there's always something new to do. It doesn't get repetitive that much, which is really good.
Something cool, actually, I just thought of then would be some sort of you have the timed boss battle at, say, the end of the month, but you can spend the month helping prepare for said battle. So maybe doing like supply runs,
Resource gathering.
like
sort of
resource
thing.
gathering can help give supplies or provide support for said boss battle. So when you join in, either yourself or say maybe you do it for yourself. So then when you go into this battle at the end of the month, whatever time it is, help fight that kind of thing.
Or on the meta end, like in Destiny, when you can choose your faction and work towards a faction weapon. Imagine if you can work towards putting cannons on an island where this boss is going to appear, or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah.
I really like that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, how that gets implemented, I'm not sure, but I feel like it would be cool to have something a bit more progression-wise.
Something to work towards.
Yeah,
again.
until it's released, we won't really know exactly how deep it goes. But
No one else got that? How deep it... No? Okay, cool. It's about the ocean. No one.
You got it, it just wasn't that funny.
Okay. What's a martyr, guys?
What's the matter with you?
Come on, guys. What's a martyr?
oh dear. But yeah, we'll see, because they've announced that they don't really want people to be able to get better swords and guns and stuff to have everyone on an even playing field.
Well, yeah, because the scaling would be completely off if someone joined.
Yeah,
later
exactly.
on.
You don't want to be, because it is going to be a persistent world, or not persistent world, it's going to be just random players in the world all playing at the same time. You don't particularly want to have that one person like level 100 sailing around just completely flattening other people, from way distances that are just ridiculous.
Rare said that they were focusing on that never happening, which will be interesting to see how they do that, level that playfield.
Yeah, so I think the thing is, the leveling the playing field is the fact that you can't you can't just have your level 10 gun, your level 10 cannons on your ship, all this sort of thing, but hoping that
that was another thing you suggested, which was a fantastic idea, is leveling up
jobs.
certain abilities.
Yeah, so I think it would be cool to have maybe small buffs to things, or some sort of a role or a job system of kinds.
Give us an example.
Say, you join your ship with your crew, you can put yourself as, say, a helmsman or something. Gives you small bonuses to
Steering.
ship turning, handling, bits and pieces like that. Maybe telescope zooms in a bit more, something along those lines.
Could be even an achievement track thing. So if you spend 10 hours on the wheel, you become a better helmsman. If you spend a certain amount of time looking through the looking glass, then you become
because I think
a better looking glass.
something like that to give you a bit more. I think to give you something to actually work towards, or something that you've you're not just playing the game to get money to buy clothes, and that's.
But bonnets, guys.
That's all Cinda's playing for.
Bonnets.
Yeah.
I know.
But what happens when you buy all the bonnets?
There's more bonnets that'll come out.
DLC bonnets.
DLC bonnets.
Sea of bonnets.
I really like that idea though, but you can only take it so far before it does become unbalanced between new gamers and seasoned gamers.
But he's not saying to a massive degree. But
I love the idea of doing it a little bit, but they could never do it I'm trying to think of an example of another game that just took it a little too far, and it was
I'm thinking the Bethesda title. So if you jumped around a lot in Morrowind, you got agility.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And not to a
Grand
huge
Theft Auto
degree. Grand Theft Auto, man. Not to a massive degree where it changes the whole game, but where it does give you a sense of progression. I guess that's our big issue for all of us here, is we want to feel like we're
working towards
something in the game. It's an open game, and we get that, but we also want it to be something where we're working towards it and not spend 600 hours on it just to be on the same level as someone else who's just started.
Yeah, and you could probably... You get the reputation with the factions, you get the rare clothes and stuff like that, but...
Bonnets.
Unless they're going to let you, a TF2, hat of hat style and wear all your clothes over the top of each other, you can only have one set on at a time. And
Pirate 3 hats.
Say if you find, you're already getting... If you pre-order, you get the Black Sea Dogs pack, which is a full-on black outfit. And if you get the controller, there's already another full set of clothes.
The controller is so pretty.
Yeah. On a side note, the controller's pretty.
You've pre-ordered it, haven't you, Scott?
Yeah, I got that pre-ordered, so hopefully it's real, as nice in person.
Can I have
Hopefully it's real.
DLC?
No, it's just a sticker.
Do you know what would be cool though? I would really, really love this if there was like a safe island or something where you go and you had a base. So every time you rock up to this island, no matter if someone's chasing you, you kind of load into your own base and you can like deck out a base. And I just like DLC and I like pretty things. So having somewhere you can kind of
hang your
put
bonnets,
beds and put tables, and getting to like Sims now a little bit, but like if you can work towards even something super small, like you can grow this massive mansion or this little shack or like a safe house for you and your crew.
Pour money into it. And
if you're pouring money into something, even if it's not working towards something big in game, you still feel the small achievements of, I just added a kitchen or something like that. And it's basically like false achievements in a way. Like you're not really doing anything, but you feel like you are, and you're always going to be wanting to upgrade. And if they keep releasing DLC upgrades,
you can get
people like upgrades. Upgrades are good.
I mean, I think that would be, something like if they could put in the middle of a map, say a cove that was surrounded by rocks and stuff. You go in there, it instanced you into your own thing. Either if they were to implement the faction or the Armada system or something, like where you can have more, it could be part of your clan system. That's what I was talking about.
Like your own private island that you can.
Yeah, you could have like your own clans, island zone.
So kind of like what Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare had, how it's got the main hub where you can sit and then you can choose to go out into different areas. So go into the Armada section or go into the main voyage section.
That would work really well.
Something like that. And then if you like say, be it either a tax system, like if you're part of that crew, so if you're part of that clan, part of your earnings go to that. But then it can be stuff like maybe earn enough rep with the certain factions and they start showing up in the cove itself.
Wow, bringing different items so they can bring in...
or your different quest givers or your clothing, or maybe... Hell, what if they went real crazy with it and put in like a crafting system for clothes and stuff, so you get, you do your different items and stuff.
Oh, Cinder's about to explode.
Oh my god, I love that.
Just
customization is like...
I mean, you've got the clothes you can buy, but what if you had to every time you bring back a chest, you get a bit of gold for it, but say you get different kinds of gems, metals, that kind of thing, and you could actually make, you could actually craft even better kinds of gear, sort of thing. I think it would be a cool...
The Cinder could put a propeller on top of a bonnet, basically.
I would love it. Just adding ribbon to a bonnet. It's the little things, guys. It's the little things.
Alright, Rare, you heard it here first. Cinder wants a ribbon on her bonnet.
I'm going to jump into it and see just her standing there, big Victorian era bonnet, and then there's just a curtain of ribbon flapping in the wind up behind her.
It would make me so happy.
Should just be the crew up in the crow's nest, just
glorious.
Playing the instruments.
Is that the mast flag? No, that's Cinder's bonnet.
Yeah, it's just...
I think we've got a name for our ship. Cinder's bonnet.
Cinder's bonnet. I love it.
Going back to issues or negatives, there was one thing that I picked up on, was that whenever you pick up a map or anything from an outpost, the islands that it directs you towards will always be in the direct vicinity of that outpost. So I find that if multiple people spawn at that one outpost, you're going to be running into them constantly, like we did last night. And you're not going to get that exploration of viewing the entire map, and the map is huge.
It is.
And not being able to see all of it because you're constantly going to all these little islands that are surrounding this one big one. It feels like a bit of a waste.
Or is that a progression thing, so that when you unlock tier
maybe
whatever, and then you can move on to the next?
Maybe we haven't...
Archipelago.
Either that, or hopefully maybe with the new quest lines with the actual transporting of goods, that will help you move between the outposts.
Force you to go all over the map.
So instead of just doing, you've got your, treasure maps and stuff, but that'll actually go, hey, take these supplies to this outpost on, top corner of the map, and then you could do some quests there, and then to pick up another one to say take supplies to the other corner.
See, cool if there was an
that would help you move around.
Economy in it as well, where you could take rum to an area that's run out of rum. You'll get more money for it. Things like that.
Yeah, stuff like that would be kind of cool. We found random treasure chests sometimes on some of the islands.
Found heaps last night.
So many.
Yeah, so stuff like that, but you can just take them back and sell them.
Oh, and that reminds me, having the variety in the chest is something that I love. Like, obviously you've got the captain's chest and the other, and the chest of 1,000,000 grogs or whatever it is, where you get drunk by just holding the chest. But there's also the chest of unending sorrow, which we found, which I really loved. And then our streamers told me to just stand on the side of the boat because then it won't cry on the boat. I'm like, no, I want to play the music choice.
So what does it do, the chest?
So the chest of unending sorrow is once you place it on the boat, it will begin to cry, filling your boat up with water. In order to stop this, you need to play it a sad song to stop it from crying. As soon as you stop playing the music, however, it begins to cry again.
Filling your ship up with water and sinking you.
Yes.
We didn't know what to do, but luckily we had a bunch of viewers on our stream that were telling us what to do.
I love that we left it on the boat, went back to grab the actual chest, came back, and the boat was half underwater.
But our monster found a way around that. Rare, in case you're listening, what did you do?
Please fix it, because I didn't like it. If you are standing on the rope ladder on the side of the ship whilst holding the chest, it doesn't cry, or if it does cry, it doesn't cry water onto the ship, it'll cry off the side of the ship, so your ship doesn't fill up with water.
But if you're still holding that chest, it's almost the same as you standing in front of it playing music.
music.
Like, either way, you're
doing
interacting with that
something,
chest in a way that takes you away from helping steer the ship or lower sails. It's still taking up your time.
True, but I thought I felt it
Cheating a little bit.
It took something away from having to actually play a certain song.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they make it. They could either have it that, you lose your grip if you hold onto the side too long as the ship's travelling, or, you can't, not that you can't use the ladder when you've got a chest, but make it so that if the ship's moving... Yeah, exactly. You have to use the ladder with the chest, but maybe have it if you're moving, maybe you drop it or something like.
Well, yeah, I like that idea.
Climbing a ladder with a chest is going to be a feat in itself. Without.
Well, they've already got it. If you're carrying a chest, you can't sprint.
Yeah.
So I thought it couldn't be that hard then to put in a command so that if the ship is moving and you are holding a chest whilst on the ladder, you will slip off.
Yeah, have a stamina gauge or something where it will burn out and then give you enough time to be able to climb the ladder. Obviously, they can't do it as a blanket thing, so you can't hold onto the ladder whilst the ship's moving, because then that's one of the main sources of jumping onto other people's ships. Is you jump on while they're moving and then you take them out while they're stuck on the wheel, which definitely has not happened to us at all.
Thank you, everyone, for your thoughts on the game. We're going to have to wrap this up now. But I just wanted to say, before we sign off for this episode, just a quick reminder that we're a part of a group called the Title Screeners. As the Title Screeners, we stream the games we love on Mixer most nights at 10 PM Victorian time in Australia. Feel free to look us up on Mixer and join our stream for some fun times. I'm Charcoal Raven.
I'm Little Monster.
Cinda93.
Scondog33.
And that was the first episode of Rav3ns Nest, the podcast that's not afraid to cast past your pod and into your heart.
That was terrible.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
That was terrible.